His iron will remains steadfast through the passage that preys upon the weak. He set forth without pity and hunted the slaves of doom with barbarous cruelty. Unbreakable, incorruptible, unyielding. None could stand before the horde but the Doomslayer.
What's going on, Spartans? My name is Midnight and welcome back to another Could He Survive video. I don't know if I'm gonna name it like that, but anyways, today we're gonna be talking about if Guts could survive inside Doom's hell. Yes, I'm talking about none other than the Black Swordsman. Not that one! Oh yes, that son of a gun. Before I start this video, please leave a comment down below on what character and universe should I do this video next. It can be, could Master Chief survive inside Metroid's universe, and something like that. And please, if this video can reach 100 likes, it will be freaking amazing, baby. Thank you so much. And so, before I start this video, let's talk about who Guts is and what does Guts stand for. Guts was born from the corpse of his mother, then immediately was taken in by a group of mercenaries and was taught the way of the sword by his foster father, Gambino. At the age of 8 to 10 years old, he killed his father Gambino because he basically sold him to a Gambino sold Guts for one night to a soldier. That's basically why Guts killed Gambino. But anyways, from the age of 10 to 14 years old, Guts was living as a lone mercenary, only going from army and army and army, selling himself as a soldier, as a lone mercenary. But let me tell you that when Guts was learning the way of the sword, he was a child and there weren't swords of his size anywhere the mercenary camp, so Guts have to learn how to wield a sword that was basically much larger and bigger than him. Anyways, from the age of 10 to 14 years old, Guts sold his services as a lone mercenary, going from mercenary group to mercenary group, selling his services as a soldier, as a lone mercenary. Later then, he was assaulted by the band of the Hawks, where the almighty, in quotes, mighty Griffith saw him as a great potential for his army, and basically blah 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 blah. Guts got inside the band of the Hawk. Guts was made a commander for the bands of the Hawk, and basically the bands of the Hawk went from being a mercenary group to an actual army in the kingdom of Midland. The band of the Hawk were invincible, not because of the strategy power of Griffith, but because Guts was so goddamn OP. He was such a great asset for the Band of the Hawk. Basically, the Band of the Hawk is where it is now because of Guts, because of Gatsu. Since Guts has been wielding a very oversized sword for a very young age, he basically got very strong by doing that. That's why he can wield the pre-Dragon Slayer, a sword 3 times as large and a sword 3 times as thick as a normal greatsword. Guts' pre-Dragon Slayer sword was pretty OP, being able to cut through armor plates with knights inside them like butter. One time Guts went against 100 soldiers with only his sword, and he killed every one of them. Okay, he didn't escape without any scratch. He was pretty worn down by the fight, but we can safely say that Guts is way above a normal human. I can safely say that Guts is the pinnacle of the human species in obviously in the Berserk universe. But then, the Eclipse happens. Basically, all of the Band of a Hawk is sacrificed for Griffith, and only Guts and his lover escapes. Then Guts submerges in a sea, in an ocean of hatred for demons and Griffith, basically like the freaking Doomslayer. Guts despises demons. Guts hates demons with all of his heart, with all of his might. Even his blacksmith states to him that the only thing keeping Guts alive is his hatred. That's why Guts lives for hatred to demons. So in that regard, Guts and the Doom Marine or the Doomslayer are pretty similar because both of them hate and despise demons with all their might. In the Doomslayer case, the demons corrupted the Doomslayer's son, making him the icon of sin, and basically turning apart his dimension, his world, his home, and make it part of hell. And in Guts' case, demons and the apostles in the God Hand destroyed everything he once cared for. So in that regard, as I said before, Doomslayer and Guts are pretty similar. But in this video I'm not talking about why Doomslayer and Guts are pretty similar. In this video I'm talking about if Guts could survive inside Doom's hell. After the Eclipse, Guts submerges in an ocean of hatred and despise for the demons, and he wages war to the demons. He sets himself in a journey in which there's no return, there's no escape. At the end of his journey, there's only death. Why? Because Guts was marked with a brand of sacrifice. Basically, at every night, Guts is being hunted by demons. Guts every night needs to fight against demons because of the brand of sacrifice. That basically means that Guts is a sacrifice for hell. When Guts dies, he's destined to go to hell. And the Berserk hell is not like Doom's hell. It's oh my god. But anyways, Guts wages war against the demons. But he's just a normal human. How can he do it? Well, that's not basically like not 100% true, because with Godo, the blacksmith of Guts, he finds the Dragon Slayer, a sword that weighs 500 pounds and is like almost 4 meters tall and 2 inches thick. Like what the hell is that weapon? What the hell is that sword? That sword can cut basically every material in the freaking planet. That sword has bathed in a lot of demon blood that can basically cut beings that are not from the mortal plane. It can cut beings that are from another plane. The Dragon Slayer is not the only one powerful here. The Dragon Slayer is 4 meters tall, is 2 inches thick, and it weighs more than 500 pounds. Imagine how strong Guts needs to be to wield that kind of sword. Yes, as I said before, I think the only reason why Guts is able to wield the freaking Dragon Slayer is because since a very young age, he was taught the way to wield oversized swords for his body. I think he has mastered the way to like moved with that kind of sword. I don't know. Berserk is a fantasy manga, so don't take it with a lot of realism, but anyways, that's how strong Guts is. He's able to lift and swing a 500-pound sword like nothing. The most heaviest sword that was wielded in a combat fight, like in a real combat in real life, was a sword that weighed 14 pounds. And when the guy tried to swing that sword, he will swing with the sword like, oh my god, like that. Now imagine swinging a sword 45 times more heavy than that great sword. No, like you're going to turn your body apart. I can tell you that. So okay, Guts is pretty strong. Dragon Slayer normal Guts is pretty strong, but let's not talk about, oh my god, Berserker armor Dragon Slayer Guts. Oh my god, that's pretty goddamn powerful. The Berserker armor was made by a dwarf. The Berserker armor abilities are making you feel no pain, enhances your violent emotions by a factor of 1000%, and basically keeps you together. Someone can cut your arm off with the Berserker armor on, and the Berserker armor will bring your arm back and sew it in or something like that to keep you alive and keep you in one piece. Even if your heart is destroyed, you will keep going with the Berserker armor until the last drop of blood is squeezed out of your body. You will die with the Berserker armor. But even if there's a minuscule drop of blood inside your body, you will keep going until you die. You're basically a Berserker. That's basically the definition of a Berserker. Oh my god. But anyways, can Guts survive inside Doom's universe? Well, let's see if he can survive. Guts arrives in Doom's hell. He faces a possessed scientist. He beats him like nothing. He cuts him in half. He faces against a shotgun man, a zombie man. He destroys his skull like nothing. He faces an imp that uses Argent energy and throws fireballs. We know that normal Guts without the Berserker armor is very agile and fast, so I can see him dodging the Argent energy fireballs like nothing, because in the manga you can see that Guts actually dodges arrows coming at him, and arrows come at you at very fast velocity. In the match against Rosine, I don't know how to say it, basically that was an apostle that could move at supersonic speeds. Rosine going at supersonic speeds, Guts still could react and defend against Rosine going at supersonic speeds. He faces against a Hell Knight. If you have read the manga of Berserk, you can safely say that apostles are way more violent and powerful than a freaking Hell Knight. And as Guts has been hunting apostles for the last 2 years in the manga, you can safely say that Guts can basically destroy and annihilate a freaking Hell Knight with a freaking Dragon Slayer. I cannot express this enough. Guts is a master swordsman. He has been wielding this sword since he was a little child. He is now one with the sword. He is a master swordsman. He is at the pinnacle of the master swordsman species or class, I don't know. Now he faces against a Baron of Hell. As I said before, Guts has killed apostles, has killed ogres. He went against this thing and then went against this, but with 20 of his pals. Like, Guts is so freaking OP. The only demons I can safely say that Guts will have a pretty rough time dealing with is the Archvile, the Cyber Demon, the Spider Mastermind, and all the big tough boss demons. But that's for normal Guts. What if you give Guts the Berserker armor against the Cyber Demon or the Spider Mastermind, or even an Archvile or a Baron of Hell? If I was talking about Halo or another sci-fi game, we'll know that for gameplay purposes, developers don't show the true strength of the protagonists in gameplay, because imagine if 343 or Bungie showed in the Halo games how Spartans are in the books. Like, it wouldn't be fun, because Spartans in the books can cap 60 miles per hour while running, can jump very high heights, and are so goddamn OP. Commander Keyes has stated in the books that he cannot see Spartan 3s when they are sprinting. He just see like little blurry objects moving at very high speeds. But there is a game for Berserk that's named Berserk Muso, and it's for the PS4, and it's a great game. I heavily recommend it, and you can actually see how Guts in the Berserker armor moves, and it's so interesting, and just see it for yourselves. Imagine a sword that is 4 meters tall, that weighs 500 pounds, and it has a thickness of 2 inches, going at that speed at your body. You will be buttered in no time. Now imagine that being to the body of a Cyber Demon, of the Spider Mastermind. If the pre-Dragon Slayer sword could go through 5 or even 6 knights with full metal plate armor in their bodies, the pre-Dragon Slayer sword could go through them like butter. Now imagine the freaking Dragon Slayer sword against 10 knights. It will go through them like butter. Now imagine the Dragon Slayer sword going against the freaking Spider Mastermind body, or the Baron of Hell body, or the body of the Cyber Demon. Like, it's pure flesh. And as I said before in my last video, if much as it could survive inside Doom's universe, Doom's hell. The Doomslayer was using a freaking chainsaw. Yes, in the comment section they stated that the chainsaw is a battle-tested chainsaw, so it's a chainsaw for battle, but still, it is a freaking chainsaw, and a chainsaw went against a Cyber Demon. A chainsaw can kill the freaking Cyber Demon, a chainsaw can kill the freaking Spider Mastermind, but because it's not metal, it's not a pretty hardened material, the demons have flesh. It's pure flesh. They have bones, they have skin, they have meat, they have muscles. It's pure flesh. If a freaking chainsaw, a battle chainsaw, can go through a freaking Baron of Hell, or a freaking Spider Mastermind, or every demon inside Doom's hell, I can safely say that the Dragon Slayer moving at that speed can go through the body of a freaking Cyber Demon, no doubt. But this is hell. Hell doesn't play fair. Even if Guts can beat a Spider Mastermind, even if Guts can beat a Cyber Demon, Hell doesn't play fair. Why? Because it's mother freaking hell. Hell doesn't play fair. And it is stated that the army of Hell of Doom is an infinite army. What happens if Hell runs out of demons? It will just spawn more demons. That's how Hell works inside Doom. And the only reason why the Doommarine or the Doomslayer can survive inside Hell, well, more the Doomslayer, because the Doommarine doesn't have the Praetor suit, it's because of the Praetor suit. The Doomslayer can heal by killing demons, can replenish his stamina, his health by killing demons, because his suit, the Praetor suit, absorbs the Argent energy from the demons when they are killed and heals the Doomslayer. Guts does not have that. Actually has Guts, the armor Guts has is basically the opposite of the Praetor suit, because when Doomslayer uses the Praetor suit, he uses the Praetor suit to kill demons, and the demons give the Argent energy to the suit, and the suit itself heals the Doomslayer. The Berserker armor does the opposite thing. When Guts uses the abilities of the Berserker armor, he puts his body in a very great burden. I think Guts is one of the only humans that can actually wield safely the Berserker armor in the Berserk universe, because using the Berserker armor is not that easily. It's actually pretty hard because it's a double-edged sword. Yes, you're using the Berserker armor, but if you are hurt, you will not feel it. You will only feel it when you take off the Berserker armor. So if Guts needs to use the freaking Berserker armor against a Cyber Demon or a Spider Mastermind or any kind of demon inside Doom's Hell, that will be his demise, because yes, he would kill no problem that said demon, but what is after? Guts is alone. He doesn't have Shirky with him, he doesn't have Farnese with him, he doesn't have anyone with him. He is alone in Hell. There's no way possible that he can replenish his stamina or health, because there's no way he can eat inside of Hell, because as I said before, Hell doesn't play fair. Guts will be done with the first round of demons. He can get like a 5 or 10 second rest, and after that, more demons. Now a 10-second rest, then more demons, and so on and so forth. It is an infinite loop of always fighting demons. And even though I love Guts, and even though I know he is pretty OP, and even though I know he is strong as hell, he is a freaking alpha. Yes, he can kill basically all of the demons inside Doom's Hell, but there's no way possible that he can survive Doom's Hell. He will eventually die inside Doom's Hell, because it's Doom's Hell. It has an infinite army. It doesn't matter how much of a badass you are. If you cannot replenish your stamina, you are done. If you get tired, you are done. And eventually, Guts will be pretty tired. Guts will be pretty hurt. And then, that will be his demise. His limits. There's actually a quote inside Berserk's manga that actually fits a lot with the topic we are talking about. And why Guts, yes, he can kill the demons of Doom, but he cannot survive for a long time inside Doom's Hell. Let's see, I'm searching for... no, this is sad. He does his best, doesn't he? That child. But sarcasm aside, if that child's existence is strength, then it is strength that limits him. If that child's anguish carries on, how long can he last? His new existence shall become unquenchable despair. This quote pretty much sums up Guts inside Doom's Hell. Yes, he is very strong, he has a lot of strength, and he has this strength and power to kill the demons, but if strength is what drives him, then strength is what limits him. So for my final conclusion, can Guts survive inside Doom's Hell? Yes, for a little while, but then again, eventually he will die by the demons. So okay guys, that is all for today. If you guys like the video, slap a like on it, I'll greatly appreciate it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye, take care, and I love you very much. Thank you for watching guys, I really do appreciate it. Bye bye.